Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the discussion on science of worship. Last time we had come to the discussion on the Bhuta Shuddhi, which is a very important aspect of puja, because I'm telling these words, it's very important. One of the greatest direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, that is Shardanandaji Maharaj, he tells that Bhuta Shuddhi is a very important aspect of puja. We had studied about what Bhuta Shuddhi is. The summary of it was told. Purification of the elements of the body. That is a Bhuta Shuddhi. This is the purification of the body composed of the five elements, that is earth, water, fire, air and ether. So these are the five elements, Panchabhuta, in the body, which is the cause of the preparation of this body, from which the five elements this body is created. Not only the body, the whole universe is created with these five elements. So purification of these elements which compose our body is called the purification of the elements Bhuta Shuddhi. By this purification, the five elements get united with the imperishable Brahman. So the Taittiriya Upanishad tells that from Parabrahma Swarupa, all these things have come. So what is that verse which is describing this? Akashad Vayuhu Vayoragnihi Agnerapah Apah Prithivyam Oshadayah. So this Akasha, the first element, it's not Akasham is not the space or empty sky. Akasha here means the original matter, that is ether. We may give the English name as ether, the original matter from which everything has been created. The original force has created this. What is that original force? It is called prana. So from different levels of vibration of this prana energy on this akasha, it produces vayu. From akasha, vayu comes out. Then at different levels of combination, percentage of combination, that is akasha and vayu, with the help of this prana at different levels of vibration, this energy is created. Akashat vayu, vayu agni, agni comes fire. Then these three combines together with the help of this prana at different levels of vibration. It creates Akashad Vayu Vayu Agnihe Agnerapah, water. From water, in this way, the combination with the help of the prana, the energy, then half of Prithvi, the earth, is created. So these are the way by which from Parabrahma, that is the imperishable Brahman, Akasha, then Vayu, that is Akasha means ether, then comes air, then comes the fire, then comes water, earth. So these are all the five elements, Bhuta Shuddhi. So these elements are now purified. What is meant by purification here? The underlying idea is to see the five elements not as inert substances, but as Brahman. So we are now the purification in this process, the five elements we are taking back to its original source, that is Parabrahma. We will see how to do that now. And the real purification is, underlying idea is to see the five elements not as inert substances, but as Parabrahman consciousness. The Upanishads say all this is verily Brahman. Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. Bhuta Shuddhi destroys all evil or sinful tendencies and produces a new divine body called the Sadhana Deha, Sadhana Sharira or Sadhana Deha, the body meant for spiritual practices, sadhana deha, the body fit for spiritual practices. So now we shall go to this process, which is very, very, very important, as told by Shardanandaji Maharaj. So now, last time I had gone up to the process of Anahat Chakra, but this time I will start it again from the beginning so that it will be easy for you to understand. We will start from the beginning of the Bhuta Shuddhi. So in this Bhuta Shuddhi beginning, you can see the picture there. So placing the back of the right palm, you can see there, the back of the right palm over the left palm on the lap. You can see the picture, it is similar to that. Imagine that the Jivatman, individual self, residing in the heart like an unflickering flame in a windless place. You can see there the flame, unflickering flame in the windless place at the heart region of that Buddha like picture. Now we have to now imagine all these things. This is a process of meditation. You can do the meditation according to this process. This Bhuta Shuddhi is very, very special. So now we have to sit in this posture. Imagine that there is this residing in the heart. Imagine the Jivatman, individual self, residing in the heart like an unflickering flame in a windless place, is brought to the Mooladhara. So now, last class I have explained that in the backbone, inside those different lumbar bones, the different bones, we have one column like a pipe that is called Sushumna Nadi. On either side of that, we have the two nerves. At the left side, we have the Ida, and the right side, it is the Pingala. The center is a hollow canal, just like a pipe, hollow pipe. So that is called Sushumna Nadi. So now, at the center, at the heart, this Jivatman, what we call the Atman, which is residing inside the living being in us, is now slowly taken down through the Sushumna canal. It should go down slowly towards the end of the backbone below. So there is the chakra called Mooladhara chakra. So we will take down that Jivatman to the Mooladhara chakra and merge. There is the sleeping Kundalini, just like the snake. We are now going to the Mooladhara chakra. So now we are taking this Jivatman to the Mooladhara chakra at the end of the backbone. So that is called in Sanskrit as Moola Shunghata. It is triangular in shape. Even the bone also is triangular in shape. That's why it's called Moola Shunghata. The coccyx, the bone, the last bone. At that region in the hollow canal is this chakra. As I told you in the last class, chakras, you can't find any wheels or chakras there. Chakra here means the plane of our consciousness, where our mind exists, the plane of existence or plane of consciousness, where our mind dwells. So this is somewhat you can tell it is just like the chakra, a wheel. So inside which you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 petals. The 4 petals can be seen, and the letters, there will be in each chakra there will be a special letter like this. You can see the letter, Sanskrit letter Lam in the center. So the letter is Lam. The color of this chakra is red. And who are the deities residing here? Divine Mother is residing, and Ganesha's also. Ganesha also resides here. That's why you can see Divine Mother's cloth will be always red in color, and Ganesha's also color, and the flower which is worshipped for Divine Mother and Ganesha is red in color, indicating that Mooladhara, they stay in the Mooladhara, and the color of the Mooladhara is red. So this is the chakra. The letter here is Lam. 4 petals. On 4 petal also you can see the Sanskrit letter is there. The top one is Vam, then the side one is Sha, then Sha, the Murdhanya Sha. Vam, Sham, Va, Sha, Sha, Sa. The center is Lam. So that is the Bija mantra or the mantra of the Muladhara, Lam. So now we bring down the Jivatman, the flame, the Atman here, merge it in the Kundalini. Now here in this chakra, we find the energy, Shakti, Divine Mother, in the form of a sleeping snake, slumbering snake. We will go to the next slide. The slumbering snake. So we bring down this Jivatman, which is just like the flame, a unflickering flame in the windless place is brought to the Muladhara and merged in the Kundalini. So this Kundalini is like the slumbering snake. You can see the slumbering snake there. The Kundalini is like that energy which is the slumbering snake. That's why you can see that in all the Devis, Divine Mother, gods, on the head of the gods and goddesses, you can find that there is a fully opened snake. What is the indication of that? That Kundalini is completely awakened. The Divine Mother, the Shakti, the energy is completely awakened. So in all of us, this Kundalini, the Divine Mother, is not awakened. It is in the sleeping state. That's why it is indicated by the sleeping snake, Supta Bhujaga. So just like this slumbering snake, Kundalini. So now we merge this Jivatman with this Kundalini in Muladhara. Then what is to be done? We have to, through the uttering of the Bija mantra, whom, you can see the mantra 1, whom it is given. By uttering that Bija mantra, which is given on the screen, whom, then repeating Soham. When you utter that Bija mantra, whom, what happens is, by that uttering of the Bija mantra, this slumbering snake or Kundalini will be roused or awakened. So to awaken the Kundalini, the Bija mantra which is repeated is whom. Then after that, after waking up this Kundalini, slumbering Kundalini by the Bija mantra, repetition of the Bija mantra whom, repeating another mantra, Soham. What is the meaning of this mantra Soham? Saha, if you divide it, it becomes Saha Aham. Together it becomes Soham. The second mantra is given on the screen. Soham. That means Saha, that. What is that? That means Parabrahma Swarupa, the Paramatman or God, the highest Godhead, Nirakara Nirguna, formless, attributeless, Parabrahman, pure consciousness. That Aham, I am. That is the meaning of Soham mantra. That I am, that Parabrahman I am. So repeating this mantra Soham, what is going to happen? This Kundalini, which is awakened by the Bija mantra, repetition of the Bija mantra whom, we have merged this Jivatman with this, both this Jivatman and this Kundalini, which is awakened Kundalini, will be taken, will rise along the through the Sushumna canal. I asked the operator not to do anything in the screen because it will disturb me. You can do it on the other side. If you do it here continuously on the screen, I am disturbed here. I can't concentrate on my talk. You can do it behind the screen. Thank you. So after awakening this Kundalini, sleeping Kundalini by the Bija mantra, repetition of the Bija mantra, then repeating Soham, that I am, we raise the Kundalini along this Sushumna canal, that hollow canal, through the Sushumna canal by contracting the Muladhara, the lower part of the abdomen. Merge this Kundalini, thus roused, we have to take it through different chakras, different plane of consciousness. So after Muladhara, what is the next plane of existence or plane of consciousness? It is Swadhisthana. Now we will be moving to the next slide. The next slide is will be showing there will be different chakras we are going to the next slide. The next slide is Swadhisthana Chakra. Here, the Kundalini along with the merged Jivatman, aroused Kundalini, has come to the next chakra, the second chakra. That will be exactly, the location is behind the our reproductive organ. Now you can see the color is orange. The mantra of this is Vam. All the other details are given here about the Swadhisthana Chakra. There are about 6 petals. You can see there are 6 petals. Each petal has those letters, Sanskrit letters. On the top is Ba, then Ma, Bha, then Ya, Ra, La. So these are the letters on the 6 petals which this chakra has. From here, we are taking, when we raise the Kundalini from this chakra to the next one, next plane of existence, that is Manipura Chakra. We are going to the next chakra now. The slide has to be taken to the next chakra. Please move to the next chakra, Manipura Chakra. So now the Kundalini is raised to this level, the plane of existence, that is Manipura Chakra. The location is just behind the navel. It is, the plane will be the existence, the chakra will be on the Sushumna, that Sushumna Nadi or canal behind the navel. So the color of this chakra is yellow, and the mantra of this is Ram. The Agni Bija mantra Ram is the mantra of this chakra. Now, how many petals does this lotus have? The number of petals of this lotus is 12. So there are particular letters too on that. The Sanskrit letters are there, indicated there on the screen. From here, from the Manipura chakra, we are now moving to the next chakra. We are also moving to the next slide, Anahata chakra. From Manipura chakra, we are going to the Anahata chakra. Anahata chakra is exactly at the heart, our heart. So on that Sushumna canal, the Sushumna Nadi, behind this heart region, center of our body, is this chakra. Now the color of this chakra is green. And what is the mantra? The mantra is Yam. The mantra of this chakra is Yam. And you can see there are so many petals. How many number of petals in this chakra? It is 12. The number of petals in this lotus is 12. And there are also, you can see the different letters on each petals. Now we are moving from here, taking the Kundalini, roused Kundalini, to the next chakra. From the Anahata chakra, we are going to the Vishuddha chakra. We are moving to the next slide. Now the Kundalini from the heart, lotus, we are moving to the 5th chakra or the lotus, that is called Vishuddha chakra. Location is just behind the throat on the Sushumna canal. It is blue in color. The mantra is Hum. Mantra is Hum. It is blue in color. Now, if you balance this, when the Kundalini is raised to this level, and if it is balanced, you will feel peaceful, truthful, listening, good communication, strong self-expression, peace. All these characters will come to you. If it is not balanced, then you will feel shy, weak voice, fear of speaking, unable to listen, lying, arrogance, thyroid, hearing, throat problems. All these will come if this is not balanced. Now when this chakra reaches here, then this chakra or the lotus is balanced, and now you will get these feeling peaceful, truthful listening, good communication, strong self expression, all these things will come to us. From here, now the Kundalini and the Jivatman is taken to the next chakra. After the Vishuddha chakra, we will be going to the next chakra, that is the Agna chakra. From the Vishuddha chakra, we are taking the Kundalini to the next chakra, that is the Agna chakra. Now this Agna chakra is on the Sushumna canal, just behind our eyebrow, center of the eyebrow. This is the exact place of the third eye. You can see on Lord Shiva's head or the forehead, or even Divine Mother, you can see the third eye. So that is the exact location the Agna chakra is. That's why you can see in this chakra it is written the third eye chakra. So now, what is the color of this? The color of this chakra is indigo. And what is the mantra of this chakra? Om is the mantra. It is located between the two eyebrows. We always keep, especially the mothers will keep the bindi or the vermilion at this spot, and even the forehead marks, the religious mark also will be placed exactly at this spot. This is the spot of the third eye to awaken this chakra. So now all the other lotuses had so many petals, like the Muladhara, the 4, then the Swadhisthana, the 6, then the Manipura, 10 petals, then the Anahata heart lotus is 12 petals, then the Vishuddha had the 16 petals, and now this Agna chakra is having the 2 petals. And you can see the letter is also given there, the Sanskrit alphabet, Hum and Ksham. So Hum and Ksham are the 2 chakras, Agna chakra. In this Agna chakra we have this. So now from this Agna chakra we will be going to the next chakra, that is we are raising through that Sushumna canal the Jivatman merged with Kundalini into the next chakra, that is the Sahasrara chakra. The Sahasrara chakra has 1000 petals. Now I have given you 2 pictures there. Before the Kundalini rising to this point or reaching the Sahasrara chakra, which is exactly on the pericarp, the head, the top of the head here. That is the place where you can see the scholars or the priests or the brahmanas will have their tough hair. That is exactly the place of Sahasrara. So now that earlier, before the Kundalini is roused and brought to this place, the Kundalini will be drooping down. The 1000 petal Kundalini will be drooping down. You can see the drooping lotus there. The 1000 petal lotus will be drooping down. As soon as this Kundalini touches this 1000 petal lotus to this chakra, raises, that means here we are raising our mind, purified mind, to this level, the higher level. Then the slowly that drooping lotus, 1000 petal lotus, will start blooming. It will come upwards. You can see the 1000 petal lotus there. You can see that's a real 1000 petal lotus. It is there. That's why I've given the picture of that 1000 petal lotus. So that is, it has turned up like this, completely bloomed. So that is the place of the Sahasrara, where that is the place of Guru and Shiva also. Sahasrara, the topmost chakra, the 7th chakra, the crown chakra, the top of the head. So the quality basic issues of this chakra is knowing, connection to spirit and universe. The color is violet or white. So it is color is violet or white. The mantra is Om. It is not much pronounced, is Om. If balanced, you feel spiritual, blessed, unity, wisdom. That is, you will have realization. The realization, you will become one with Paramatman, the Parabrahma Swarupa. So you will go to deep samadhi when your mind rises to this level. So now The Kundalini has reached this Sahasrara, thousand petal chakra, then it is bloomed. Now, after this, what is to be done in this Bhuta Shuddhi? With the Paramatman dwelling in the pericarp of the thousand petal drooping lotus of the Sahasrara, after piercing successively the 4, 6, 10, 12, 16, and 2 petal lotuses of the chakras, Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, and Agna chakra, respectively. Imagine also that therein are merged the 24 cosmic principle. You can see we will go to the next slide whereby we will see all the chakras together in the human being, how it is exactly. So you can in this picture see that from the lowermost portion, the lowermost part of the backbone, you can see all the chakras. The first chakra is the Muladhara with that word Lam, the mantra is Lam. The next chakra is the Vishuddha chakra Va. Then the next Manipura is Ra. Then the Anahata chakra is Yam. Then we have at the Vishuddha throat Ham. Then Agna chakra between the eyebrows is Om. You can see everything is exactly in its place. It is easy for you to imagine. It will be easy for meditation. That's why we're given the complete picture. And as the Kundalini will be taken up to the topmost, that is the Sahasrara, the position of the Sahasrara is also given there. So this is how the Kundalini from the lowermost, that is the lowermost point of the backbone, that is the Sushumna canal, Muladhara, it is taken up one by one and it reaches the topmost Sahasrara, the place of Paramatman or Shiva or Parabrahman. So imagine also therein are merged the 24 cosmic principles. So now we will be going to the next slide whereby we have in our body, mind and ego and everything, the 24 cosmic principle in this body. This body is completed with these 24 cosmic principles. What are they? It is given there. The 24 cosmic principle tattvas, you can see it is projected there on the screen. So I will go on telling which are those. You can also watch them. The 20, imagine that at the same time while you are taking up the Kundalini in the Sushumna canal and merging in the Sahasrara with Paramatman, so also imagine that therein are merged the 24 cosmic principle. What are the 24 cosmic principle? Speech, hand, foot, the organ of evacuation, the generative organ. That is the 5 organs of action. It is given there, the 5 organs of action. Then comes the next thing in the 24 cosmic principle, that is 5. After that, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, these are the 5 organs of knowledge. It is also given there, the 5 organs of knowledge. Then comes the earth, water, light, air, sky. These are the 5 subtle elements, Panchabhutas. So the bhutas, then the motor organs or the faculties of action, then the sensory organs, object of senses, then the sense objects, then the antakarana, the mind, that is the chitta, intellect, ego, prakriti together, they form the antakarana. So all these 4 and the 25, the 20 other things. What is that? 5 bhutas, mahabhutas, 5 faculties of action, 5 objects of senses, then 5 sense organs, and antakarana, that is 4. They form the 24 cosmic principles. So these 24 cosmic principles totally form our body, the whole body, mind, complex, ego, everything. We constitute that. The whole thing, we constitute that. So now we have merged all these things, all the 24 cosmic principle, everything which has come from Brahman or from God or Paramatman is taken back to the Sahasrara and merged in the Paramatman, including the Jivatman and the Kundalini. Now, after this process, we have to meditate. When all these things are merged, the 24 cosmic principles in the Paramatman, in the Sahasrara, then meditating on the Vayu Bija Mantra. The next slide, we will be seeing the Vayu Bija Mantra. What is the Vayu Bija Mantra? The Vayu Bija Mantra is Yam. The Vayu Bija Mantra is given there, Yam. So you have to meditate on the Vayu Bija Mantra, Yam. In the left nostril, fill the body with the air. Now you have to do pranayama. We have learned pranayama in the earlier process. I have taught you how to do the pranayama. I'll just go on instructing. You can follow it. Then meditating on the Vayu Bija Mantra Yam in the left nostril. Fill the body with air by inhaling through that nostril while repeating this Bija Mantra Yam 16 times. According to pranayama rules, you have to do, the ratio should be 1:4:2. 1:4:2 is the ratio. So generally we have to do 16 times that Bija Mantra has to be repeated while you inhale. Then Kumbhaka, holding the breath, is 64. And then retention, after the retention you have to put out that is called Rechaka, that is 32 times. But that will be difficult for the beginners. So it can be reduced to the ratio of 4:16:8. So the ratio is 1:4:2. Now we will reduce from 16:4:32 to 4:16:8. Now we will meditate, but I will go on telling, because whatever the pranayama indicating in the Buddha Shuddhi has to be done, but you can reduce it a little. But the number which I am going to give is the exact number which is given in the pranayama vidhi. So while repeating Yam 16 times, closing both the nostrils while you do the Puraka, then closing both the nostrils, performing Kumbhaka, repeating Yam 64 times. During Kumbhaka, what are we supposed to think? Of the Papa Purusha. Who is the Papa Purusha? Papa Purusha means personification of all our sins. We will have so much of sins performed in so many of our lives. So that can be imagined to a person. So that is called personification of sin, Papa Purusha. So what is his form? He is dark in complexion. He has brown eyes like that of the blood residing. He resides in the left, in the region of the stomach, left side of our body, in the region of the stomach. In our body, he resides in accordance with the following description. Now, you can see the picture of the Papa Purusha is also given there. Now I will give you the meditation stotra. The stotra which gives you the description of a Papa Purusha. What is that? I will make you write that in English because the English version has not been done today. I will give you the English version in the next class. Now I am going to repeat that mantra. What is that mantra? Vamaparshvasthitam Papapurusham Kajjala Vamaparshvasthitam Papapurusham Kajjala Brahmahatya Shiraskam Cha Swarnasteya Bhujadvayam. So the features of Papa Purusha, the personification of sin, is given in this stotra, or even in this verse, Sanskrit verse. The first stanza is Vamaparshvasthitam. He resides in the left portion of our body. Papa Purusham, the personification of sin. Kajjala Prabham is dark like that of the charcoal. Or Kajjala means, we apply to the eyes, Kajal, which is called Kajal. So that will be so dark in complexion. So this Papa Purusha is also so dark like that. Kajjala Prabham. Prabham is color. Kajjala means very, very dark. And what is his head? Brahmahatya Shiraskam. This personification of sin, the head of his, he is the sin committed by killing Brahmana, a saint or a realized soul who is going towards God, a learned man. So the sin of killing a Brahmana is his head. Brahmahatya Shiraskam Cha. And what is his two shoulders? Swarnasteya Bhujadvayam. Stealing of gold is are his arms. That is the sin committed when you steal something. When you do theft, you steal so many things. So the sin committed by that are his shoulders. Swarnasteya Bhujadvayam. Surapana Hrudayuktam. So his heart is the sin which you get by drinking alcohol. So if you take alcohol, if you drink alcohol, that is a sinful act. So the sin committed by drinking alcohol or any addictive things like drugs or alcohol, all those categories. So that sin is his heart. Surapana Hridayuktam. Then what is the other thing? Kati. Gurutalpa Katidvayam. His hips. The two hips are the deception he commits to his own guru teacher. The deception he has done to his own guru is Guru Talpa Katidvayam. His two hips are that sin. Tat Samsargi Pada Dvayam. So the purgation and the other different sins are his 2 feet. Anga Pratyanga Patakam. So all the major sins, there are 5 major sins and there are so many minor sins. All these forms different parts, the major and minor sins, so many. The Stri Hatya, Bruna Hatya, killing of the fetus is also a very great Mahapataka, Mahasin. Then killing of women is also another great sin. So harming and killing women is great sin. Then killing of the fetus is another great sin like that. There are some minor sins too. So all these sins together make his different parts of the body. This is the features of a personification of sin, that is Papa Purusha. Now still more some other features of the Papa Purusha is given. Upapataka Romanam. Upapataka means smaller sins. His sins are the smaller sins. All the hairs on his body are the Upapataka. So many different smaller sins. Raktasmashru Vilochanam. His eyes are bloodshot like red like or brown color like blood. Raktasmashru Vilochanam. Blood colored. Khadga Charmadharam. Khadga. He is holding a sword. Kruddhamevam. So is always his face is full of anger. Kruddha. The quality of our, we have anger, hatred and all those things, jealousy. So his face is that. His face is having those bad qualities, the negative qualities of anger, jealousy, hatred and all those qualities. Kukshaw at the left side of the body, that is at the stomach. Vichintayet, you have to meditate or think of this personification of sin. Why should we meditate upon these sinful things? Now we will see. Why should we think about it? So this person during Kumbhaka, think of the Papa Purusha, personification of the sin. We have explained about that. I will give the Sanskrit mantra or the transliteration into English of this mantra in the next class. Now we shall concentrate on this Bhuta Shuddhi. So think of the Papa Purusha, personification of the sin of dark complexion, brown eyes residing to the left in the region of the stomach in accordance with the following description. The description will be given in the next, the mantra will be given in the next class. Then imagine that the subtle body, now you have already merged all the 24 cause principle from which this body, this whole creation has been done. taking it from the Paramatma. We have merged it in Paramatma, the Kundalini Shakti, everything. So now what is left in your body is the subtle body along with this Papa Purusha is left there behind. Now when you meditate on the Bija Mantra Yam, that is Vayu Bija Mantra, why do you put the cloths outside after washing? Because the air, Vayu, will dry it up, dry all the moisture. Likewise, by this Bija Mantra, Vayu Bija Mantra Yam, you are drying up this Papa Purusha. All the moisture and other things, you are drying up this by meditating on Yam, repeating that, doing the pranayama of the Vayu Bija Mantra Yam. You have to think that, imagine that this Papa Purusha along with the subtle body has dried up. Now, and exhale Rechaka through the right nostril, repeating Yam 32 times. Again, that is the Rechaka, put out that Vayu Bija Mantra. Now you have to meditate in the right nostril on the Agni Bija Mantra. What is the Agni Bija Mantra? Rang. So it is given there, the Agni Bija Mantra, Ram. How many times have you to repeat in the pranayama? It is 16 times, but you can reduce it to the lower ratio. If you cannot do that 16 times, fill the body with air, repeating this 16 times, Ram, closing both the nostrils, then perform after taking in that air through that nostril, filling up the air while meditating on the Agni Bija Mantra Ram, closing both the nostrils, perform Kumbhaka, the retention of the breath inside the lungs, repeating the same Bija Mantra 64 times. If it is difficult for the beginners to do 64 times, I told you, reduce the ratio to the lesser one. Then the ratio also I told you, instead of 64, you can do it 16 times. 4 is to 16 is to 8. So now 64 times. During this time, imagine the subtle body along with the Papa Purusha. First, with the Vayu Bija Mantra, you have dried up, completely taken out the moisture, the dried up Papa Purusha, and also the subtle body by this Agni, the fire, Bija Mantra Ram, repetition. Now you have to, that is 32 times in the Kumbhaka, you have to burn it. Now 64 times you are repeating that inside the Kumbhaka, 64 times, sorry. You will burn this Papa Purusha and the subtle body. Along with the Papa Purusha, imagine the subtle body along with the Papa Purusha is completely burnt up with this Agni, the fire Bija Mantra. And exhaling after that through the left nostril, Rechakaha, that all the mantra and the Bija Mantra and also the Kumbhaka, Rechaka, everything is given there on the screen too. After this is completely burned up, exhaling through the left nostril, Rechaka, you will be repeating the same Bija Mantra, Agni Bija Mantra Ram 32 times. Throw out the ashes of the burnt up Papa Purusha along with the exhaled air. All that ashes you are burnt up by telling first Yam Bija Mantra, you are drying it up, removing the moisture. Then after that, you are burning the whole subtle body and also the Papa Purusha by Agni Bija Mantra Ram. And now again doing that Rechaka, putting out the air, repeating Ram, that is Agni Bija Mantra 32 times. Throw out the ashes of the burnt up Papa Purusha along with the exhaled air. All the sins has been burnt up and thrown out now. Every sin has vanished now. All, even the subtle body is put out through that left nostril. Now, the next process is in this Bhuta Shuddhi, you have to meditate. We have to go to the next slide. We will be going to the next slide now. Now, meditating on the Chandra Bija Mantra. You know, Chandra means moon. We have given there Chandra. So, for you to make it easy, for meditation, we have given the picture of beautiful moon. So now meditating on the Chandra Bija Mantra. What is the Chandra Bija Mantra? It is Tham. It has been written there, Tham, so that you should not confuse it for Thumb. It is not Thumb, it is Tham. That is Ta, Tha. In the consonant, you have the Ta, Tha in Sanskrit. So that is the second one, Mahaprana, Tha. So that when you add the Anunasika, it becomes thum, tongue or thumb. When you are ending it, it becomes tum. If you don't end it and keep it in the nose, it becomes tongue. So that is the Chandra Bija mantra. So now meditating on the Chandra Bija mantra, tongue in the left nostril, inhale through the nostrils, repeating the same 16 times, tongue, the Bija mantra. During this process, think that the moon is present on your forehead. So you can see the picture is given of a yogi sitting there and meditating. You too should do that. You have to think that moon has come on your forehead, exactly at the Agna chakra, between the eyebrows on the forehead. Think the whole moon is covering your forehead here. Swami Vivekananda used to have that meditation while he used to sleep always. Before going to sleep, he could see that moon like thing, light coming on his forehead, and he used to meditate, and it used to become bigger and bigger, and the whole body would be immersed in that light, and then he used to go to sleep. That is the meditation. Now similarly, you have to now meditate on that moon like thing or moon, with the bija mantra thum on the forehead. Now meditating on the Chandra bija mantra thum in the left nostril. Inhale through that nostril, repeating the same 16 times. During this process, think that the moon is present on your forehead. Then closing both the nostrils, perform kumbhaka. While repeating, now you have to change the bija mantra. What should you repeat? You have to repeat the Varuna bija mantra. Varuna, is the god of water or rain. So you have to repeat the Varuna bija mantra. What is Varuna bija mantra? Vam. Vam is the Varuna bija mantra. 64 times. While you are doing kumbhaka, you have to repeat this Varuna bija mantra Vam 64 times. During this time, think that through the nectar in the form of the 50 alphabets of the Sanskrit language emanating from that moon, the whole body has been made anew and has become divine. I told you, Swami Vivekananda used to have while going to sleep, even before going to Ramakrishna as a small child, every day he used to have this type of meditation while going to sleep. He was not forcibly doing or willfully doing that meditation. It was an automatic process. By default, while he used to go to sleep, he used to do that because he was a Dhyana Siddha. When Ramakrishna heard about this, he told, you are a adept in meditation from your last life. That's why he used to have this same meditation. Now we will do that meditation. Meditating at our forehead, the moon, then doing all this, meditating on that Bija Mantra Tham, then the Bija Mantra of Varuna, Vam, that is Amrita. What is the Bija Mantra Vam indicating, or Varuna Bija Mantra? It is nectarine in nature, nectar or ambrosia, ambrosial in nature. That is the Amrita. So now during this time, think that through the nectar in the form of 50 alphabets. So our Sanskrit alphabet is called Devanagari, the language of the gods. So each letter indicates different gods and goddesses in our Hindu pantheon. So now that's why it is called, the Sanskrit alphabets are called Matruka Varna. It comes from Mother Saraswati, Vani, Saraswati. They are the different aspect of divine Mother Saraswati, pure consciousness. So all the letter issues from that letter Om. Om is the cause of all letters, all the sounds, all the letters comes from that Om. So they are ambrosial in nature. That's why it gets the name. What is the meaning of Akshara? Kshara means which can be destroyed. Akshara means which cannot be destroyed. So they are also indestructible. They are ambrosial. They are of the form of divinity. So the letters in Sanskrit. Now, while meditating the moon on the head, during this time, think that through the nectar, that is ambrosia, amrita, in the form of 50 alphabets of Sanskrit language, all the letters has been given there. The 50 Sanskrit language has been given there. Emanating from that moon, the whole body has been made anew. This ambrosia issuing from the moon will create a very new body. All the different gods and goddesses will be stationed in your body, a new body, perfect body, divine body. The earlier sinful body has been destroyed, the subtle body is burnt up and thrown out during that pranayama. Now you are meditating on this moon, bringing it to the forehead. Then you will be doing the different bija mantra of the moon thumb. Then with the Varuna bija mantra, the ambrosia or amruti karana bija mantra, you are doing the kumbhaka, meditating on that. You are imagining during this time. You should think that through the nectar, the ambrosia, the amruta, in the form of 50 alphabets of Sanskrit language, emanating from that moon from the forehead, the whole new body, divine body. The old body is burnt. Now, no, you don't have. Now you should be sure that you have lost all that papa purusha, the sin and everything, the subtle body. You are creating a new, different body, divine body has been made anew and has become divine by the chanting of the mantra, ambrosial. Now repeating the Prithvi Bija mantra. What is Prithvi? Earth. So the earth, Bhumi, Prithvi Bija mantra is Lam. You notice that in the Mooladhara, the Bija mantra of the Mooladhara chakra was Lam. So repeating that Prithvi Bija mantra, Lam, again you have to do pranayama 32 times. That is taking in air, Puraka, and thinking that the body to be strong and adamant. So this newly constructed or created body from the letters of Sanskrit, from the ambrosia, from the amruta, now that is made strong, adamant by this repetition of Prithvi, the earth bija mantra, Bhumi bija mantra, Lam 32 times. When you are repeating mentally, Lam, you have to count 32 times. By that, your body is becoming very strong and adamant. Now exhale through the right nostril. Thereafter, uttering. Now, earlier you did that 64 times Vam, Varuna Bija Mantra, the Ambrosia or the Amriti Karna. Now you are doing Rechaka through the Bija Mantra Lam 32 times and putting out the air, that is Rechaka, through the right nostril. Thereafter, uttering the mantra Ham Saha. First, what did you do when you wanted to take up the Kundalini, roused Kundalini by the Bija Mantra Hum? You repeated the mantra Soham. That means that I am, that is the Parabrahma Swarupa Paramatman, I am the Jivatman. So telling that mantra you took up through the Sushumna canal. Now you have to bring down that Jivatman and the Kundalini Shakti and the 24 cosmic principle which is merged in the Paramatman by repeating another mantra. What is this mantra? Ham Saha. What is the meaning? How to break this Ham Saha? Aham Saha. Then you told Saha Aham. Soham. That means that I am. Now this is Ham Saha. Meaning Aham Saha. I am that. Aham Saha. I am that. Ham Saha. Aham Saha. I am that. So when you tell Ham Saha, the Paramatman, from the Paramatman, the Jivatman will come down with the Kundalini and the 24 cosmic principles. For that, for the Kundalini and the cosmic principle, 24 cosmic principle and the Jivatman to go up, you repeated that I am. So Ham, now you are repeating Ham Saha, I am that, Ham Saha. When you are repeating the mantra Ham Saha, think that the Jivatman, that is the individual self, along with the Kundalini, that which you are merged in the Paramatman, as well as all the 24 cosmic principles. Be told all the 24 cosmic principles, the 5 sense organ, the bhutas elements, and the 5 sense objects, then the 5 organs of action, all those things, together 20, and the 4 antakarana. This together forms the 24 cosmic principles. Then from the Paramatman, this will come down. Jivatman, Kundalini, and the 24 cosmic principles have again manifested in their respective places, having passed through the different chakras in the Sushumna canal. We have to come down. Earlier, we went up through the different lotuses or the plane of existences or consciousness. What are those? From the Sahasrara, you will come down by telling Saha, you will come down to the Agna Chakra. From the Agna Chakra, by repeating Saha, again that Jivatman, the Kundalini, and the 24 cosmic principle will come down to the heart chakra, that is Anahata, Saha. So the Jivatman will stay there in the heart chakra, but the Kundalini and the 24 cosmic principle will go to other different, its own respective places. Now the Kundalini will go down. What is the next chakra from the Anahata? It is the Manipura. It will come down. Saha. From the Manipura, it will come down to the Vishuddha chakra, then to the Muladhara, the last chakra. So therefore, uttering the mantra Hamsaha, think that the Jivatman along with the Kundalini emerged in the Paramatman as well as the 24 cosmic principles have again manifested in their respective places, having passed through the Sushumna canal. So this is, we are completing the Bhuta Shuddhi. Now you can see that you have burnt up all the sins in your body, the subtle body and the sins, all the Papa Purusha is burnt, the old negative tendencies, everything is burnt. Then you are creating a new body, a divine body, and you are bringing down all the 24 cosmic principles from the Paramatman and also the Jivatman and placing them at their respective places, and the Kundalini, you have created a new divine body. So this process is called Bhuta Shuddhi. If you do this process every day, the Bhuta Shuddhi, your mind will get so much purified. You can see what a wonderful process, a meditation it was. All your chakras are balanced. You are now rejuvenating all the chakras when you are taking up by the different mantras. You are taking up all that Jivatman, then the Kundalini and the 24 cosmic principles from one chakra to another chakra, then you are merging in the Paramatman. That is how when you merge everything in the Paramatman, you get that Samadhi. Though physically you are not experiencing spiritually that Samadhi, that state intellectually of feeling, that you have to imagine all those things every day. If you do that, that will purify your body, purify your mind, and whatever is happening during that Jagrata of the Kundalini and the rising up of the Kundalini, going to different plane of existence, that energy, divine mother, the divine energy going up and then reaching the Sahasrara, the lotus blooming, all those lotus energized, they will get energized, the different plane of existence and consciousness, and you will feel very much rejuvenated. It's a very special meditation process. This can be done every day. So it is there in the Puja Paddhati, the Bhuta Shuddhi. It's a wonderful thing. That's why I took so much of time. I think I would taken nearly 2 hours, the last class and this class. So there's a wonderful process of Bhuta Shuddhi. It can be done as meditation every day. Now, if you can't do this, there is a small version, short version of the Bhuta Shuddhi that I'm going to explain in the next class. After that, in this divine body, whichever deity you are going to worship will be invoked by different mantras. When suppose you are going to install a new temple and a new image, the priest will tell so many different mantras and install different parts of that deity, bringing into that image. Likewise, now you have created a new image in yourself. The divine body has been created. The old Papa Purusha is destroyed and a new body is created. Now that deity which you are going to worship will be first invoked into this body through different mantras. That will be taken up in the next beautiful part, in the next beautiful step. So we will see all those things in the next class. This itself, Bhuta Shuddhi itself is so purifying, so rejuvenating. So all your chakras will be energized and you will feel so much strengthened. So by all this process, so if you can do this daily as meditation, it will be wonderful. So now we will end the class for today because we have finished our time. Now we can end the session with the prayer. Om पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु. Namaskar to all of you.